Then we lay an egg, and that gives us access to the editor, where we get to create the next generation of creature. Now I want to give you a little bit of a sense for how open-ended this really is. I'm going to load a few creatures that we've created in the editor, just to give you a sense for how creative the player can be with this. This guy, I call him Buttface, but you notice he has a rather non-standard leg configuration. But still, he moves very smoothly, very realistic, very lifelike. One little kind of subtle trick we're playing with here is that people have never seen Buttface before, so they don't know how he's supposed to, as opposed to humans. Here's another one. Now, all the ones I'm showing you here are actually running the exact same script. This guy's got kind of a large head. I call him Tweety Bird. He's kind of like an SUV, or this is the Ford Explorer, like whoa, whoa, whoa. I suspect he would have low fitness in the world. Let's see, this guy called Hangdog, he's very cool. He kind of walks cool too. But again, basically the same code running on all these things that analyze what the player's done and then kind of animates them, brings them to life. There's also a whole procedural texturing step that we don't have integrated into this. Like, I can't show you right now, but the ones in the world you saw that were procedurally textured. This guy I call Dilemma. So the function of these guys is a combination of the parts that you choose for them and also kind of the topological structure that you set up. So this guy just happens to have a very fast walking gait. And it's a property of kind of the way the procedural animation deals with that skeleton. So a lot of the kind of performance of these guys is going to be emergent, from the system. And of course, I insisted to the team that we had to do a Care Bear. So here's our Care Bear. I'm going to make him a really mean carnivore, So anyway, that's our little evolution game so far, the editor. Now there's one more palette at the bottom here, which is the brain palette. Now this is what you're really trying to do here, is you're trying to save away a little bit of funds as you're playing the game and slowly invest them in the brain. This is kind of like your college savings account. A lot of times you're buying stuff, I'm getting beat up, I'm going to buy better weapons, or I'm going to hide or run faster. But if you can save a little bit extra, you start investing it in the brain and you work your way up kind of this ladder. Now, once you get the highest level brain, your creatures actually become sentient, and you move to the next phase. Now, at this level, the game actually mutates from kind of a first-person eater to an RTS. Now we're controlling a whole little herd of these guys. Now, one thing that I talked about landmarks last time in my talk last year, and I'm going to show you just a few of the landmarks for me in the design. One landmark is I've always been fascinated with the idea of monkeys with guns. And I don't know why, but just what happens when you give monkeys guns, there's something cool about that. So at this level, rather than, the creature is now set. You've evolved the creature. But at this level, I could buy them tools. And in this case, I'm shopping for tools, and I'll talk about the shopping a little bit later. In this case, I'll buy them a spear rack. They get excited. We're seeing kind of more elaborate procedural verbs at this point. They'll kind of have a response, decide what they want to do with it. I'm going to try before they get into trouble, I'm going to buy them a campfire here. These guys are still a bit excitable. But I'm actually dealing with the social dynamics at this point. Depending on how they play them, they can become very emotional or very logical at this level of the game. Let me buy them a drum. Now, I bought them a drum, and now these guys have decided to start playing the drum. This is actually a procedural dance.